Hey, it's MUZKAST Experience, and we're again doing our MLB mid-season talk right before the All-Star game. And so, again, we got Bryan from DEADSIN, yes, and my son David. And we're going to look back to our predictions, and we're going to see what we did wrong and see what we did right.
Nice.
And so let's talk about the National League first. And so my 6 teams I said would make the playoffs were the Braves, Dodgers, Padres, Mets, and Cardinals and Phillies. Bryan, your picks were the Braves, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, the Cardinals, the Brewers. And David, your picks were the Padres, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals. And so, Bryan, anything you want to change there? I can repeat it if you want.
Well, who did I have? The Mets in there, I think.
Yeah, and the Brewers.
Yeah, and the Brewers. Yeah. Here's the deal, though. The NL Central, the Brewers, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Reds. I mean, heck, the Reds are actually right there. But that division's really that division's bad.
De La Cruz Mania.
Yeah, exactly. That division's pretty bad. So I think the Cardinals actually are the worst team in that division. So if I had to take one back, I'd take that one and probably the Padres, which I don't think nobody saw that one. They're in like 10, 12 games under. They're just playing terrible. They're playing terrible with all that payroll too. So I would probably change those two. I mean, heck, yeah, I would know. Give me Arizona, right? I'd take Arizona or San Francisco.
You were the only one in our predictions. Now, you didn't pick the D-backs, but you said you were the only one that said the D-backs might be a few games better than we think they are. And I didn't think so. But now their infield is questionable. I watched them against the Rays last couple of days, and their infield didn't play well. But if you hit it to that outfield, they will chase the ball down. That ball is not falling in the outfield.
Yeah,
unless you hit absolute speed.
Yeah,
Corbin Carroll looks like he's a stud. He's going to be the National League Rookie of the Year.
Well,
and just got some young guys and
I don't know.
Pitching staff.
He got taken out last night. I don't know for what.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got banged up. He's hurt a little bit. I don't know.
I did not know that.
Exactly. Yeah. They got I think the Cy Young winner. Well, we'll get to that later, probably, right? But Zach Gallen's pitching lights out right now. So yeah, that's what I would change. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. Well, I picked the Braves. Let's go to David. The Padres, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals. Is who you picked, David. Did you want me to repeat that?
I think the Cubs, once they kind of get
you keep breaking up,
David Ross kind of figures out, but once the Cubs kind of hit their form and everyone's not hurt, I think that they will somehow squeak in by the skin of the teeth. And then I'm rocking with that Reds, the big red train right now. Cruz Mania, like that.
I don't think 2 teams out of the Central make the playoffs. I think the division winner makes the playoffs.
If I had to take one, I'd probably take the Reds.
Okay, so we're going to take the Cubs and the Cardinals out.
Yeah.
Okay. And so to me, I have the Braves, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, the Cardinals, and the Phillies. The Mets, I think, are done. I really think they're out. And again, I'm going to go instead of the Cardinals, I'm going to go the Reds. And again, it's not going to surprise me if the Cardinals win that division or the Cubs, but I think the Reds are the best team right now. And I'm gonna add probably the Giants. I'm going to say 3 teams come out of the West. And I think the Giants, even though I think their manager is not very good, and they are mismanaged. I think the Giants have enough to squeak in there. Now, it will surprise me if the Braves and the Phillies and the Mets make a turnaround a little bit, but I think the Mets are in trouble, and they could be sellers at the trade deadline. And instead of so. Now go ahead.
That's a good one. I was just going to say, I don't think I picked. So if I could might read you for the Central and the National League.
Yeah.
When you said, honestly, now looking at it going forward, I might have to agree with you guys and say the Cubs. Well, you said the Reds. I think I'll take the Cubs because I think I like their pitching a little bit better. But I'll go with that. Yeah, that's an interesting division. I'm with you too. I think only one team comes out of that. But there you go.
Yeah, see, I took the Cubs. I said the Cubs as well because I feel like they have so much like talent that like everyone's injured right now. I mean, it's the the dog days of summer, so everyone's kind of
don't talk to me about injuries.
We're hitting all the break. So I mean, Hey,
David, you keep breaking up. Can you maybe find a new place?
Let the right I don't know why it's not. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't think that I think that once Dansby and Hosmer and all those guys kind of hit their late July, early August stride, I think that the Cubs will definitely take that division. But I think that Joey Votto and Ellie De La Cruz are getting that Reds mania just going, just hopping right now.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see them just not running away with the division. I think they could probably, if I had to take a team right now, I'd take the Reds. But it's also, what if, let's see, a month from now how Ellie's actually doing in the major leagues. He's kind of like Puig when Puig came up. Like everyone was like Puig mania and this and that, and then a month and a half later he was nothing.
So I have the Braves, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, the Cardinals, and the Phillies. Now I'm going to replace the Padres with the D-backs, and I'm going to replace the Mets with the Giants as my 6 teams. Mm-hmm. Bryan, you have the Braves, the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, the Cardinals, and the Brewers as your 6 teams that you originally have. So you're gonna throw the Cubs where, with the Brewers?
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the Cardinals and the Brewers and put the Cubs in there, and then I'm gonna add Arizona.
Okay.
And San Francisco. I think I agree with you.
The difference is you're gonna take out Cubs. The Mets. The Mets there.
Take the Mets out. Yeah, as a wild card.
Okay.
But I'm riding the Braves all the way. That's a must.
They are very good once again. Now, David, you have the Padres, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals. So you want to take the Cardinals out?
Take the Cardinals out and put the Reds.
Okay.
And then take out the Padres and put the D-backs.
D-backs, okay. All right, let's move to the American League here. All right. I have the Yankees, the Astros, the Guardians, the Blue Jays, the Rays, and the Mariners. Bryan, you have the Astros, the Mariners, the Guardians, the Rays, the Yankees, and the White Sox. David, with the surprise pick, the Rangers, the Astros, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Guardians. And the American League is tough to pick, for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Because you could have the Rays, the Orioles, the Yankees, or the Blue Jays make a comeback in the second half and win that division. I think the Rays will win it. So, David, your 6 teams are the Rangers, the Astros, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Guardians. Any of those teams you want to take out?
Wait, I want to say that one more time?
The Rangers, the Astros, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Guardians.
I'd probably take out the Rangers because once the Grom got Tommy, there
Okay.
I don't think I take them out, and I probably put the
Okay.
Rays. I probably put the Rays.
Okay.
Just-
And the White Sox, you gonna take them out too?
I mean, that Central is very shaky. So I
Okay.
mean, I feel like they could definitely go on a run where they can pull a De La, they could pull a De La Cruz or something like that and just end up winning 15 straight or something. But I feel like with the Rays in the AL East, it's more or less. I feel like the Rays are kind of just running away with the division, and everyone's fighting for second. I think second place team's like 8 games back already, and we're only in July. Like they're just gonna keep pulling away. They're not a team where they have big guys that are just gonna hit 400-foot mammos. They play small ball so well, and like they don't have like big stars. They have like decent stars. It's just a lot of role players. It's not like one, bunch of role players and one Mike Trout or one Aaron Judge. It's just a bunch of role players playing the game well.
David, you broke up. Say that again. You broke up.
Good pitching staff. Kevin Cash has done a great job with that team.
David, you there?
What part?
David, you broke
thing?
up. You broke up again.
Just Kevin Cash has done a great job with that team, and they.
It keeps breaking up, Brian.
Yeah.
I have the Yankees, the Astros, the Guardians, the Blue Jays, the Rays, and the Mariners. And I'm gonna replace the Mariners with the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be my only change.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm
gonna
Okay. Hold on, David. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'm gonna take out Seattle and the White Sox, and I'll add Texas and the Orioles.
Okay.
And I think 3 teams will make it from the East. I think Texas, obviously Houston, one of them wins the division, one's a wild card in the Central. I'm gonna stick with the Guardians, and I'll roll with that.
Yeah, I thought about taking the Angels. Dude, I just don't trust them. I just
gotta say that David over here looks like he looked like a sports genius 3 months ago when he says he looked like Nostradamus, and he says the Rangers in the playoffs, and then he turns around now and has said they're not even going to make it. I'm disappointed, brother. But I'll say this: I just heard this like 2 weeks ago. If the Rangers play 500 the rest of the way, they're going to win 91 games, and
that gets you in the playoffs.
That's a playoff spot. So yeah. As a Ranger fan, I'm taking comfort in that. And Dane Dunning has filled in for Jacob deGrom very well. I think he's 7-2 or something like that in start. So he's pitching great. He's not deGrom. That'll hurt him in the playoffs. But hey, trade deadline, they just got Adolis Chapman, and they're going to make some more moves. I'm speaking as Mr. Ranger here.
Yeah, but I think you're right though. I think they will.
I do too. Moves. I think we got a top 6 farm. I think they're going to go out and make some moves. You're going to see some stuff.
But with Chapman going to the Rangers, are we getting Cincinnati Red Aroldis Chapman, where he's pumping 103, 104 with that nasty slider? Or are we getting New York Yankee Chapman, where he's barely touching 92, 98?
Well, he's been pitching. I've been seeing a good site to follow on Twitter. It's called Pinching Ninja. It's really cool. But he highlights great pitches and stuff, and he's throwing 102, 104. He's hit that a few times this year, so he looks like he's back. when it comes to velocity.
The problem with Chapman though is the movement. I mean, you could throw 98 and have movement. I mean, that's the thing with Bobby Miller, the new pitcher for the Dodgers. They brought him from AAA. He throws 98, but that ball moves. I mean, you know, I think in the playoffs he's going to go to the bullpen and come out and just go, okay, I can throw as hard as I want because I'm only going to throw 1 inning, and that ball has tremendous movement on it.
Exactly.
And so I think that with Chapman is all about movement with him, and that's what happened to Henley Jansen with the Dodgers. He stopped having movement on the ball, and it just stayed right there.
Yeah,
and then now he went back to having movement, and he's been successful. So I think, so again,
I like him. I like him in a Red Sox jersey.
And so, Brian,
yes,
to get down to who's your pick for the AL pennant? We know your playoff teams. Who are you going to pick?
Yeah, that's a great question. Do I let my homer flag fly? Dang it. Headgum, this is hard because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it's either going to be Texas or Tampa Bay. So I'll be the homer. I'm going to say Texas.
Okay.
Go with my heart instead of my head. All right.
Okay. Who's your other team in the NL pennant?
On the NL, I'm sticking to the Braves. I think I had them winning it all.
Okay. I mean, the AL. I'm sorry, the AL pennant.
Oh, the AL.
You got.
Well, I think it'll be
what two teams?
Tampa.
What two teams?
I think it's Tampa and Texas.
Okay, Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa and Texas.
And that's who I have. I got Tampa and Texas.
All right.
Even though not having DeGrom scares me.
Sure.
But I think they have a lineup that can really do some damage, and I think the American League it's you know, if
tough.
You can stay away from 1-run games against Tampa where they can't get that bullpen in there, you're going to do well. And the other teams, you can score a lot of runs.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay's got the best pitcher in the AL, and that's Shane McClanahan. So that's their ace. So he starts game 1, game 3 or 4, and game 7, and you know you're in trouble. That's where they have that one huge advantage on Texas. But I think the depth of their staff, I think Texas may actually have them a little bit on the depth of their starting staff, but we'll see.
David, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We both took the Rays and the Rangers for the AL pennant. Who are your two teams?
Rays, Astros.
Rays, Astros. Okay. All right. And now let's move to the NL.
Okay.
Brian, you got the Braves, I know. Who's your other team? You picked the Braves and the Dodgers.
I'm going to still stick with that because it's the Dodgers, man, and they're going to do something to add something to the team in the next 3 weeks or so. You watch.
Okay, I'm gonna stick to mine, the Braves and the Dodgers. And so, David, you had the Padres and the Phillies on our preseason picks. Are you going to change that?
I'll take out.
Well, you got to change it because you.
I'll take out the Phillies, and I'll keep the Braves there. And then
Braves? Okay. And you're gonna put the Braves in?
Well, the Braves are already there.
No, you have the Padres and the Phillies.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'll take out the Padres and put the Braves.
Okay.
I'll take out the Phillies and probably put either Arizona or the Dodgers. Kind of whoever wins the West.
Okay, whoever wins the West.
Whoever wins the West, I think, gets to the seeds.
So that'd be the Dodgers. Okay. All right.
Just like he's saying that like he says he's saying that like he thinks that he's saying that like he says every year the Cowboys he's like it's for years.
Yeah, you keep breaking up on us, David. So hey Brian,
it's been 20 years.
Yes.
So you got. So who do you have making the World Series?
Like I said, I'll be the Braves versus the Rangers. I'll be the homer. And
who you got? Who you got?
I got the
World
Braves.
Series?
I think the Braves are just a juggernaut, man. 1 through 9, the lineup is incredible.
Yeah.
I think I read a stat like a few days ago. They lead the league with the most 450-foot homers. It's like 17 of them versus the next closest team had 5 or 6. It's like everybody hits in that lineup. And are we gonna talk about our MVP picks too? Because
we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got the Braves beating the Rangers in like 6.
Okay. I had the Braves and the Yankees, and I had the Yankees winning it. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to go with the Braves to win.
Okay.
And so I have changed my mind. David, you back? David, are you there? Okay.
Looks like he's froze.
Yeah, he's a little frozen. He's trying to figure it out. He'll be back. Now, who's your what you want to do? MVPs or Cy Young first?
Either one.
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
We'll do
MVP.
Okay, MVP. Who's your MVP for the NL?
The NL, it's going to be Acuna, and I believe I said that earlier when we did this back in March. I believe I did that because he's on pace. He's on pace. Literally, I just saw this yesterday. 40 homers, 74 stolen bases, and that has never been done before. We're talking freak stuff here. Yeah. We're talking, there's been guys that have stole 102 bases and so forth and 120 and everything, but nobody's hit 40 plus homers. That's incredible. So I'm going with him. And in American League, it's Ohtani. I mean,
is it over? Is the race over?
It's over. He should have probably won it last year if you really look at it. I know Judge hit 62 homers or whatever he hit, but he ain't pitching. He's striking out 10 or 11 guys a game. So yeah, Ohtani is my AL guy.
Okay. David? I can't hear you, David. So I'm going to tell you,
hello?
I'm going to, okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to go Acuna to also for the Braves. He's outstanding. If I was to pick another player, though, what Freeman is doing with the Dodgers is incredible too.
Yep.
So, but Acuna is a better player. And then in the AL, it's over. It's Ohtani.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't pick Ohtani, they should have their baseball writers just removed.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And so, David, are you back?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. So I need your real series pick real fast.
So I have the Rays and the Braves.
Okay. Rays and who?
Braves and Rays.
Rays and Braves. Okay. And who is the winner?
The Rays and 6.
Okay.
I just think they're way too good at small ball.
Okay.
They're so good at small ball.
Me and Brian have the Braves, and I think they can get in, just hit a bunch of home runs against the Rays. But I could be wrong. They say pitching and defense wins World Series. I don't know about that. Okay, so David, we were talking about the AL and NL MVP. Who is your NL MVP?
Are we just talking MVP? Or are we talking like Rookie of the Year?
MVP.
It's hard.
We both picked Acuna from the Braves.
I can give you Acuna. I'll probably say Acuna. I can't think of anybody else in the NL.
And who is your AL MVP?
My AL MVP is the Dodgers right field fence because they took out Aaron Judge, so I don't have to deal with him for the rest of the year.
Oh, okay.
But it's Shohei.
Okay.
There's no chance.
Okay, he's got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move to the Cy Young as we're talking here real quick. Brian, who's your Cy Young for the AL?
Tough one. I'm going to stick with, I'm going to go with Shane McClanahan from Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I know he had a little bit of a back injury a few weeks ago, but I still think he's, you know, going to hang on and do it. And then National League, I'm drawing a blank right now. Maybe
there's a bunch of guys actually.
yeah, there really
probably.
is. Gosh,
I
now
was
that
gonna
I'm
say-
thinking about it.
Go ahead,
Spencer
David.
Strider, maybe Spencer
Yeah.
Strider, maybe him.
I was gonna
I
say-
think there's a bunch of guys all kind of the same. They're good, but you know,
Yeah.
nobody's taking that really jumpy.
gonna say-
No, I
I
think
was
it's
gonna say if,
a second half race. Go ahead,
Yeah.
David.
I was gonna say I personally would have Verlander as my NL Cy Young.
Okay.
AL, I mean, I've been watching, you know, the Red Sox play here and there, but I haven't really watched any like pitchers that like blow me away. Like, so I mean, if I kind of, I mean, who was Tanner Houck for the Red Sox was pitching amazing, and then he decided to take a ball off the face. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if he didn't get hurt, he would definitely put a very good running for AL Cy Young. And I also think when he gets back, you know, of course he's not going to have as many starts as a lot of guys have, but he's a really good pitcher, and I could definitely see him taking the MVP. I mean, not the MVP, the Cy Young.
You know, Brian, I kind of agree with you a little bit. I like the Tampa Bay pitcher. I think Ohtani's going to be somewhere in the mix, but they aren't going to give him the MVP and the Cy Young at the same time. I just don't think that happens.
Yeah.
It's a rarity.
He doesn't pitch. He pitches a lot on 5 days rest, you know, so like every 6 days they like to give him like they do in Japan, you know, instead of like over here, we pitch every 4 days and they do it about every 5. So I think he's going to wind up with like, you know, a little bit less numbers, but it's possible. I mean, heck, you could throw Nate Eovaldi, ex Red Sox, ex, you know, Tampa Bay, everybody. He's having a great year too. I think his ERA is like 2.2, you know, strikes out guys. So he's a possibility if, you know, because they usually like to give it to a team that has a winning, you know, same thing with MVPs, you know, who's winning the most and so forth and go from there.
Yeah.
But
have you been following the rookies at all? Besides, I mean, the National League is done.
Oh yeah.
Because Carroll is going to be the guy in the National League.
Yeah.
Unless I take De La Cruz
David.
over Carroll.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's good. I think De La Cruz is going to be a monster, but right now you'd have to. Carroll's going to win it unless he gets hurt or takes a massive dump, you know, and just goes into a slump somehow.
Yeah, because he's played a lot of games.
I think, he's already, that's what I'm saying. He's got the head start with more games. And
hold on, David.
But National League, I'm like you, it's Corbin Carroll and
everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else.
Because I thought Bobby Miller, because he started off 3-0,
mm-hmm.
I thought he would have a chance if he got to maybe 10-0 or you know 10-2, because I think he's a part of the rotation now. Would have a chance, but and De La Cruz I think could end up being better than Carroll, as you're saying, David.
Yeah. Long term.
But I just think the mid-year thing is going to hurt De La Cruz.
Yeah, he's behind about 150 at bats, 120 at bats. So that's going to, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the same thing happened last year. Michael Harris came up late, and he just caught on fire, and he won it over Spencer Strider, actually, his teammate. But
But I think that.
Go ahead, David.
I think that De La Cruz, because like I said, like, you know, Carroll apparently got hurt last night or something like that. I think that De La Cruz doesn't take as a big of a step as we would want towards that race to kind of, you know, I mean, it definitely makes a big stride in it. And I mean, but I think that sooner or later he's going to, I think that at the end of the year, with how much he is helped with Cincinnati. And, you know, I bet you if Cincinnati makes the playoffs and Arizona doesn't, De La Cruz gets it. Okay. I bet you whatever team actually legitimately makes the playoffs, the better rookie will get it.
Okay.
Possible.
I go like this. Now the
Now,
AL.
if you ask, like, if you're
Go
going to
ahead,
say
go ahead.
draft one to build your team around, I'm taking De La Cruz.
Yes.
I think that guy's could be a freak, you know, with 5 tools, everything, you know, on crazy speed. He's faster than Corbin Carroll, and Corbin Carroll's fast. So yeah. Long term, I would take De La Cruz. But yeah, AL. I'm jumping the gun here. My boy, Josh Young.
Okay.
Starting third baseman, all-star game. The second time, listen to this, guys, the second time in the history of the AL, of the all-star game being voted in as a rookie starter. You know who the other guy was?
Who?
Your favorite player, David, Aaron Judge in
Ew.
2017.
Ew.
Wow.
I know, right? So
Yeah.
Josh Young is the second player in the AL history to be voted in as a starter. So I'm picking him as Rookie of the Year. He's already run Rookie of the Year for April and May and June, I think, too. So he's looking into like a really, really good player.
So you think that race is over to some extent?
Yeah. You know who's going to be right there though? Adley Rutschman. I think he still qualifies as a rookie now. So he started off super hot, but he's kind of fallen back a little bit. But Adley Rutschman's great. So, but I think Josh Young right now is putting up the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Unless he slumps too, but I'm going to stick with Young.
All right. We've run long here, but I want to get your surprise team. Far as they're doing better than you thought, and who's doing worse than you thought they would.
Well,
go ahead, David. You start first.
I think the Reds. Like,
okay.
You always think that the Reds are gonna be the Reds. Joey Votto. And maybe Castellanos. Not Castellanos was there, but he's not there anymore. Joey Votto doing his little thing. Them kind of making the little buzz here and there. But ever since De La Cruz won it, just they just have been.
And who's doing worse than you thought?
Do we do that other team in the New York that's not pinstripe, the Mets?
Okay.
They have too good of a team to be stinking this bad.
Okay. I'm gonna say another team is doing worse than I thought. The Padres.
Yeah.
Again, the Dodgers like 8 games in front of them right now, and nothing could do my heart any better that we're 8 games, because they can get hot and win a lot of games. But that team should be winning the West right now. And then the team I think has done the best, I can say the Reds, but I had no idea the Arizona Diamondbacks would be this good. That they are well managed and they play proper baseball. Hardly ever do they, overrun a base. I think I read a stat where they're the second best base running team in the majors, and it shows. With they take advantage of every little mistake you make, and they go from first to third a lot. So Arizona is my surprise team as far as playing well. Brian, close us out with who are your 2 teams?
I agree. I could agree with both of you guys for the Mets and Padres, and they're to me, it's like, the same. I guess if I was going to say, I think I would pick, I know the Mets spent all that money, but I think the Padres spent prospects, which in some ways is more valuable, to try to get this team making moves. And that's the one that's disappointing to me. And then on the surprising team, I would say Texas right now. I'm surprised because honestly, as a fan, I picked them to be about 78 wins, which would be a 10 to 12 game improvement from the year before. So, why not? Now they're on pace to win like 97. So that's a huge, that's almost a 30 game swing if they can, consistently keep doing this. So that's my surprise team.
Yeah, you said 78, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
How many games do you going to think they're going to win now?
I think they're going to win 93.
93.
I think they'll win 93. Yeah, I think that's going to be about right, about 93 wins. And I don't know if they're going to hold on to the lead because the Astros are still the champs till you knock them off. So and they're playing right now. Right now, I think it's almost over. The Rangers are up 4-0. So they have a big 4-game series with them this weekend to see what's up. They're 5 games in front yesterday, so now they're 4. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I think,
fun, guys.
I know we're running a little.
Yeah, go ahead.
A little bit long. I have one question.
Go ahead.
If we know, I don't know if it came out. I don't know if it came out or not. But do we know who's in the Derby? I know Guerrero's in. Do we know who else is in the Derby?
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts.
Randy Arozarena, how we pronounce it? Arizona, Tampa Bay outfielder.
Arozarena?
Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Rosarina. And that's the ones that I know of right now.
Didn't Akuda say he was in?
The
defending champ has to be the polar bear, man.
Yeah.
Mets first baseman is back-to-back winners, man. He's built for that.
And I think Rodriguez said he was going to be in. From Arizona, Seattle.
Yeah.
So do we all want to take one guy and kind of put like a soda something or some kind of little small little something on it?
Brian's in Texas, but I'm going to take my guy Mookie Betts.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm taking Mookie. Who do you got, Brian?
What's his name? I can't even think of his name. The Mets first baseman, the polar bear.
Alonso. Pete Alonso.
Yeah, him. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. I'm going with him.
I'm taking my boy. I'm taking Vladdy. Vladdy is gonna put on a show with that elevation in Seattle. He will put on a show.
Oh man, I hope so. That's what the home run derby is about. Like when they had it at Yankee Stadium, and who was it from the Rangers? Like
Josh
out. Josh Hamilton. Oh my, that was amazing.
That was
what was better, Josh? What was better, Josh Hamilton that year or Vladdy Jr. a couple years ago in Cleveland, where he just putting balls that are like 4 rows away from jumbotron?
Vladdy broke the record that Josh set, but I will say this: it was a different rules because when Josh played, you had 10 swings. So, if you had to hit a home run on your swing or else that's an out, that's 10 outs, right? So now they give them like 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is, and you can just swing as much as you can. And it doesn't matter, if you hit 5 straight, fly balls or whatever. So the rule change, I would have liked to seen some of these old timers like Griffey and Juan Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these great Sammy Sosa, McGuire play back in the day with that 4-minute mark and just swing away, man. They might have hit like 50 in a round or something.
I always love when the dad or the brother come out and pitch the balls to him.
Oh, yeah.
I always love not the pitching coach, not the hitting coach, or dad or whatever, because David's my son, and I know where his sweet spot is.
Exactly.
I know where he likes the ball. They're rocking it out.
Yes.
And I always love when the brother or the dad comes out and that's always a great scene.
I remember the year Bryce Harper won it. His dad pitched and like 3 pitches in, his dad literally nailed him right in the hip. Just for fun and giggles. Just nailed him right in the hip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, thank you guys. This has been a lot of fun. David, you do well today, and hopefully you guys win it all today at the softball tournament. And
Brian.
Yes.
Hey, Brian. Hey, hook him.
No. Get out of here with that. Hook them all the way. Go Rangers.
Hook him.
Red Sox.
Yeah. And so thank you, David. Brian, you stay, and we're going to talk about that new song. So
you got it.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye. See you
later.